Food is medicine and food is love.
A true believer in doing good for others.
I asked the universe, is there something that I should do that makes the world a better place?
Richard Ayoub, CEO of Project Angel Food, a Los Angeles-based nonprofit that provides free medically tailored food to people facing serious illnesses.
20 million meals.
I can't even, how many zeros?
Exactly.
And despite looming federal funding cuts, he says they're not slowing down.
Well, can you cut services? No. Food is not an option. You cannot cut food.
In fact, they're expanding operations, building a new state-of-the-art facility that will double their working space. That's going to be a remarkable day.
Oh,
The community, I'm sure, is going to appreciate it, and all the other people that you serve and those that you will serve. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Well, I consider it a Christmas gift to Los Angeles.
Absolutely. From celebrities like Jamie Lee Curtis, generous donors and volunteers to LA icons, many people are stepping up to make the Project Angel Food expansion a reality. On the day of our shoot, we found world-renowned artist Robert Vargas and joined him on the scaffolding as he started a massive mural on the side of the future campus on Vine Street. Now, that mural has just been completed and unveiled, and it's ready to be seen and admired by all who see it in Hollywood and beyond. And now, let's dive into my full conversation. Welcome to The Conversation with Pat Harvey, and in this new series, I dive into various topics and issues in an unscripted and unfiltered way to get more information to you. And as you can tell, today we are out of the studio to speak with a very, very special guest who's a former TV news producer but is now the CEO of Project Angel Food. Please welcome Richard Ayoub.
Pat, great to see you. I never thought you would be interviewing me. I was
Yes.
always your producer.
Always my producer, always in my ear. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I wanted people to know that we do have this relationship going back decades when we first started at KCAL. You were born in San Antonio?
El Paso.
In El Paso, Texas.
Uh-huh.
So what brought you to Los Angeles?
So Disney wanted to do 3 hours of news during prime time. And so they sought out the best and the brightest producers, reporters, editors, anchors, because they had a clean slate. So they could get the best in the country. And I was working at a TV station in Orlando, and they called me up and said, would you be interested in interviewing? And I had never thought of being in Los Angeles.
I had neither, by the way.
Really? And then I came, and this vision for this news was just so strong and so unique and groundbreaking that I went from Orlando to Los Angeles.
And we worked together and did some really wonderful work, Richard. And now you have dedicated yourself for the power of good, which is something that you've always done, even in our reporting in terms of how we covered stories. So tell me though, how did you make the transition from producing to being the CEO of a huge nonprofit like Project Angel Food?
So people really can't understand how a TV producer can become the CEO of a nonprofit. But always, people like you, people like me, the reason we got into TV news was to make a difference in our communities.
Yes.
It was, you're doing breaking news, you're doing the news of the day, and you're telling stories that impact people's lives. And you're in their living rooms every single night. That's a very intimate relationship that you have, and you don't take it for granted. So me, I wanted to make a difference. And as I got into these bigger markets, I felt like my impact was getting smaller. And so I asked the universe, is there something that I should do that makes the world a better place? I never knew what that was And then one day I got a calling or a phone call
Okay.
from a friend of mine who was on the board. He said, we're changing leadership at Project Angel Food. I was just in Brazil and I had this epiphany that you would be perfect. He said, you know everyone. You know how to find people if you don't know them. You're not afraid to ask for money. I'm like, really? I'm not. He said, you are compassionate. You can tell the story. We need someone like you to run this organization. Would you be interested?
And
Now,
what
when
did
you ask the universe,
and this went, and you receive
you receive.
your answer.
So, you know, most people would say, well, can I see the finances or can I see the facility or whatever? I operate on gut. My biggest decisions, the biggest decisions in my life have always been on gut. And this one I said yes. Yes.
Oh, Richard. What year was that?
That was in 2015
2015.
in November.
So it's been 10 years.
And then they had to go to the board of directors, and the board had to interview me. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to pick this producer to run this nonprofit. And they did. And then they did a nationwide search. I was the interim executive director. They did a search. 200 people applied. They narrowed it down to 90, then to 5, then to 2. The other person was more qualified than me.
When you say more qualified?
On paper.
Okay. More experience working for a nonprofit.
Yes.
Probably worked for one before.
But I
about it.
had been working in the job for 6 months.
Wow.
And within those 6 months, we had turned around a deficit. We had a $453,000 deficit when I took this job. And within 6 months, we ended with a surplus of $50,000.
Oh my. Okay. Tell me how you did that. Besides that smile, Richard.
That's it.
Who could not give you money? But really, that was some undertaking.
Well, what it was, and I had to learn very quickly on the job, the biggest thing I learned is trust your instincts and be genuine, because this is a relationship business. Someone you know very well, Blake Byrne, he was our general manager
May
at
he rest in
KCAL
peace,
when
yes.
it became KCAL 9 News and now KCAL News. He was also a philanthropist.
Right.
And he said, people give to people. Of course, they have to like the charity, but they have to like you.
Oh, very smart.
And so I just realized desperation, which we were kind of at that point, is not sexy. No one really wants to donate to a charity in trouble. So you can never telegraph that. And so I would have these meetings with, donors who had lapsed. And I knew payroll was coming up and it was tight. And we were hoping for 30 grand or 25 grand. And they'd walk out that door with no commitment. And I'm like, oh my God. But the way the universe works and the way this organization works, because it has angel in the title.
Oh, love it, yes.
Is when you lose money, other money comes. I remember one time we were counting on $30,000 from a grant, and we got word that we weren't getting it. Within hours, I got notification, and I'll say it out loud, from Enterprise Car Rental, without an application, without soliciting it, they sent us $30,000. That 30 that was out was in within hours.
How did that happen, though? They just heard about?
They just heard about us, and they were doing Fill the Tank all along.
All right.
It was a campaign they were doing, and they identified us as a charity that they wanted to help.
Would you say that that's where your production expertise came in, just in terms, you said they heard about you. Well, they had to hear about you because you had to get the name out there.
Well, I will tell you, the minute I came to Project Angel Food, what I said to myself and others is this organization deserves better. This organization has been serving this community quietly for so long. We need to get attention. We need the news to cover us. We need to be in social media. We need celebrities. We need to cut through the clutter and let people remember us and know, yes, we're still here. And yes, we've expanded beyond HIV/AIDS. And yes, we need your help. So,
go ahead. No, I'm going to come back to the HIV/AIDS, but
okay. So one perfect example of getting media. You can never say a story equals money, but stories always equal impact. So we've been doing stories, and it was during COVID. We had done a story saying that because of COVID, all of our volunteers, or many of the volunteers, stopped volunteering. And then the board of directors said, Richard, it's not safe to bring in all these new bodies into the kitchen. We've got to pause volunteers. First time in 30 years, we said no to volunteers. It was a very hard thing to do.
I'm sure, especially during COVID when you also have food insecurity.
And we're
even
doing
more so.
We're doing more meals than ever. And so we hired out-of-work restaurant chefs, which we still have one of them working for us today. Tony, he's amazing.
That's beautiful.
But so that story's out there. Fast forward to Easter 2020. I get a phone call from a PR agency saying, we have a very high profile couple from London.
I think I know what you're talking about.
that's coming into town, and they want to volunteer for Easter. Do you have opportunities? And I say yes. And so we talk back and forth, and then they finally reveal that it's Harry and Meghan, which is amazing.
That was, yes, talk about some publicity. That was a fantastic promo shoot, if you will. I mean, really, because it was nice of them to go. They actually went door to door. Is that right?
So they went and delivered meals, and they didn't allow us to shoot video, take pictures, nothing. I do not have a picture with either of them. And, you know, I'm the guy who loves to take pictures. But it's okay, it's all here.
But did they put out something? Because I heard about it.
So what happened is they came and they did a tour of the kitchen, and I asked Megan, I said, how in the world did you find out about us or pick us? And she said, you know, I wanted to be of service, and we were thinking about Meals on Wheels. Oh, I've never told this story. Meals on Wheels is going to be really sad now. But they were thinking about Meals on Wheels, and they talked to Megan's mother. And Megan's mother said, I saw on the news that Project Angel Food needs volunteers. So the news from earlier that year is what made the decision for Project Angel Food.
Wow. Okay. News desks serve a really good purpose, by the way, right? We know that.
It does, yeah, absolutely.
You know, I want to go back for a minute to the HIV AIDS. Is that why Project Angel Food was founded?
So Project Angel Food was founded in 1989 in response to the AIDS crisis
that time,
by Mary Ann Williamson. She's run for president.
Yes, presidential candidate.
Yeah, and she's a thought leader and best-selling author, and a very intelligent woman. So she wanted to make sure that people dying of AIDS didn't die of starvation or even worse, loneliness. So she found a church in West Hollywood to cook meals, got volunteers to deliver them. And then what happened is, as people started living with HIV and not dying with AIDS, we realized if you do a nutritious meal and you have registered dietitians help with the meals, it brings down the viral load because food is medicine and people get better.
I noticed, well, I've been here before, and I've seen what you do in the kitchen. I know the purpose of how you prepare the meals, and why you do what you do, because you really do think of the individual that you are trying to serve. Even though you could reach people probably with cheaper ingredients, but things that wouldn't be as healthy, but that's very important to you. That's part of the mission.
Oh, it's very important. The mission...
Food is medicine.
Food is medicine and food is love. So both of those things go hand in hand. And so you have to have compassion when you're doing it. And you have to respond to the client. Now, these clients are receiving this food for free. So rarely do they complain. But if they have a complaint or a suggestion, we take it seriously. Because there may be others there who have the same suggestion, but they don't want to create a fuss.
Right. Well, you're always meeting the moment. You were on the board of the Trevor Project for 6 years. Tell us about that.
So I was on the board of the Trevor Project for about 6.5 years. Trevor Project is an organization that helps teenagers, gay and questioning teens, who are contemplating suicide. So this is a place for them to go. And with a lot of the national funding being cut, it's really vital right now. You know, when I was a teenager, I never had that hotline. Thank God I never contemplated suicide. But with social media and all the pressures
so
that
much more today
the teenagers are going through. And one of the beautiful things about the Trevor Project is there's texting and there's chat and all of that. So when I was on the board, what I found is that transgender and non-binary folks were more apt to go on a chat or a text because their voice may belie who they feel they are.
I see. Yeah, so they wanted to, that would be their way of really communicating, but I don't want to use the word undercover, but you wouldn't necessarily know their identity.
And without judgment, too. That you sound like a woman to me, or whatever. Even though Trevor Project would never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get to, I want to talk about your amazing volunteers and the staff that you have here, but there's one more thing that I wanted to get out, and that was you served on the board of the, Food is Medicine Coalition for California?
So I'm on the advisory board for the California Food is Medicine Coalition and the National Food is Medicine Coalition. So these are organizations across the country that all believe in the same mission. And many of them all started in response to the AIDS crisis and all evolved to help other people with critical illnesses. So one of the amazing things that we've done is we have accreditation standards now. So it is very rigorous, and we are accredited, Project Angel Food. And what's happening is there are for-profits getting into this field. And they're getting into it because there are Medicaid reimbursements. Health plans, Medi-Cal in California, health plans have realized medically tailored meals, which we make, keep people out of the hospital. It keeps health care costs down, and it improves people's quality of life.
Proactive, very proactive. Richard, how is that being met today, however, when we hear so much about funding being cut back? Because I know you do, the federal government in some way offers, but that's going to change?
So right now we get funding from a few sources federally. We get Ryan White Care Act for people living with HIV. That was cut $340,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a big cut.
Yeah.
We get money from Emergency Food and Shelter Program. $175,000 disappeared beginning in January 20th when things were frozen. So that's $500,000 of federal funding cuts. And you know, one of my donors said, well, can you cut services? No. Food is not an option. You cannot cut food. So we have to find that money elsewhere. And I stay up at night and the weekend and even on vacation, and I think, how can we get more money to keep feeding these people? So no one is going to miss a meal. All these meals are going to continue, and we're going to continue to raise the money. So the Medicaid component is, as you know, that big, beautiful bill was passed, and as part of it are Medicaid cuts. Those cuts do not take place until after the midterms in 2027. So I don't think we're going to feel the impact, except the state of California is going to reopen the budget to kind of fill the gap for some of the funding cuts from the federal government. So we'll probably feel that in a year and a half. That's when we'll really feel the cuts.
So you're okay right now?
We're okay right now with Medicaid. The other two we've lost. But what happens is these federal funding cuts are squeezing all these other nonprofits. And I heard Jewish Family Services had to cut 2 food distribution centers.
Does that put more on your plate?
So that puts more on our plate.
Yes.
More come to us asking for help.
So that's what you need, the resources to provide for even more people now.
Absolutely.
With fewer funds. Want to brag on you for a minute though, Richard.
Okay.
Because Project Angel Food really, it really blossomed and bloomed under your leadership. In terms of funds, in terms of meals served. You just had a milestone not too long ago.
So we're about to serve our 20 millionth meal.
That is
20 million meals.
I can't even, I mean, how many zeros?
Exactly.
That's amazing, Richard.
And you know, it's like, it's not done with robots.
No.
It is people powered. It's one meal at a time. And what happens is when the person scoops the protein or the starch and it goes through the conveyor belt, it gets sealed, their energy and love is infused in that.
Oh.
I had a client who received, I think, the 18 millionth meal. We do a ceremonial event. And he said, Richard, I want you to tell all of your donors and all your supporters that I feel their love every time I get a meal.
Well, I tell you something. The kitchen is amazing, and you do feel it. And it's just the way that, I know you've grown it even since it first started, because it's so succinct. You have your stations, just nicely aligned. You've got people on one performing one duty, and then they go to the next station. So it's almost like it's more than an assembly line, like you said, a line of love, and everybody has.
I like that, a line of love.
Okay, but everybody has their task. Everybody knows what to do. Are these all volunteers?
80% of the kitchen is volunteers. So it's important for us to keep fueling it with volunteers. And you're going to see in the Hard Hat Tour the new iteration of our kitchen. It's going to be twice as big and serve 3 times as many people.
Wow.
We could have gone automated. That's not us. That's not the ethos of this organization. So we're still going to have people powering it. We're not going to have robots. We're not going to have these machines doing all the work. We're going to have people cutting onions and peeling potatoes and, cooking and making sure these meals go to their neighbors. Now, what's so beautiful is these volunteers are the unsung heroes because they work so hard and they do these meals for someone they'll never meet. Can you imagine that?
I'm only going to say yes because I've met some of your volunteers.
Yeah.
And what struck me is I met someone who volunteered years ago, and now she's on staff. She's working here. You've got people that have been with you for a long, long time because they believe in what they're doing, and I'm sure it also gives them a sense of purpose in what they're doing. And when they can look at, I used to be that person maybe that needed that meal, and now I have somewhere to be every single day, and I'm doing something for others. That's part of your mission, I'm sure.
Every single staff member is a story. Like we take volunteers from Vine Street Elementary School across the street, 4th and 5th graders. They come and they pack the fruit bags for us. So there were some people who did it. Fast forward, they're now 21 years old, Giovanni and Marlene, and they're on staff.
Isn't that beautiful?
They apply for jobs and they work here now.
That's so wonderful. If I recall, Richard, didn't I meet a woman who moved here from Europe years ago? She wasn't even from this country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And found her way here. And 2
And
years ago, she was still here.
You should have seen during the fires, people flew from Oregon. I remember we had flight attendants who were on a layover and said, I want to help, I want to volunteer. And of course, also the governor and the First Family volunteered as well.
Well, Richard, given all of that, how can people get involved? Because we've talked about Jamie Lee Curtis, who was so giving of her time.
And money.
Time and money. Fabulous.
Yeah, she has named our volunteer orientation room.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Barbara Streisand, people of that, they're profound. But how can anybody else who wants to, say, donate or volunteer, how can they get involved?
So we need volunteers every single day. We have 2 shifts, 8 to noon, 1 to 4, Sunday through Friday. Saturday we have some shifts in the packing area, but the kitchen needs volunteers. It fuels the staff. It gets us on time and on schedule and gets the meals out. So we welcome anyone to do that, angelfood.org/volunteer, and we have a calendar there. You can say, okay, I want to do Tuesday at 1 p.m., and you see, okay, there's 12 openings.
Okay, and they can also donate by going to that page.
Yeah, we never say no to a donation.
As you should.
Exactly.
So, Richard, right now we're in headquarters, right?
Yes.
But you have, again, I've talked about how much you've done to really bring the organization to where it is and beyond expectations. And now you have a new vision that is coming to fruition. So tell us what we're going to see.
And I just want to make sure that we're clear that's not just me. We can never do one thing alone. We have so many amazing staff members and board members and volunteers and supporters. So, and of course the clients that we love. So it's all 110 people who get a paycheck from Project Angel Food who really care about it. Some come here for a job, but they all stay here for the mission.
Wonderful.
And so the vision is this.
Wow.
It is a 30,000 square foot campus called the Chuck Lorre Family Foundation Campus. And it is really exciting because our kitchen is going to be doubled to triple the capacity. We're going to have bigger volunteer experiences. We can accommodate up to 100 volunteers at a time. We're going to have a research institute so we can continue to prove the efficacy of food as medicine. We're going to train clients who are mobile how to cook meals on their own so they can win off the program. So right now, phase 1 is in construction. That's the kitchen. And the food production. That will be done in time for Christmas. It's our Christmas gift to Los Angeles.
Wow. Oh, this looks amazing. It's huge.
Yes, phase 2, this is the vision of it. It's a shopping mall right now.
I was going to say.
So we need $5 to $6 million, Pat, to finish it off. And we know we'll get it because people really want this to be a beacon of hope and healing in Hollywood. We're doubling down on Hollywood because it's centrally located. We cover all LA County. We go all the way to Lancaster and Long Beach.
You do. You go you go outside of just certainly the immediate vicinity.
Right.
And you're going to continue to do that.
We're going to.
Are you going to add areas, Richard?
Eventually. But now there's so much need here. There are 28,000 people released from the hospital every day who could benefit from a medically tailored meal. Right now, we're helping about 7,000 of them. This is going to get it to about 21,000, which is amazing. So we want to take care of LA before we consider even going wider.
And even that, 7,000 people, that's a lot of meals. That's a lot of food to prepare.
And every day to make sure that they're nourished. Because what happens is when you and I are sick, every friend we know says, can I bring you chicken soup? Can I bring you food? That's the first thing they think of. But after a week, fewer people called. After a month, you get no calls. These people have been sick for a month, a year, or several years. We replace their family and friends. We're that constant visitor.
Love that constant visitor. How long do people stay on the program, Richard?
They stay as long as they need to. Okay. Sometimes they're on 3 months, sometimes 3 years. We have a client who's been on for 25 years, living with HIV, and now he's got other comorbidities. And he's needed us for every one of those years. And what people don't realize is people with HIV that we take care of, they're the long-term survivors. They're the ones that took all those experimental drugs, AZT, Crixivan, the cocktail, all of that, and now it's taking its toll on their bodies. And they'll say, I remember I visited a client, Michael, and he said, I may look okay from the outside, but I'm a mess on the inside.
So you really are a lifeline. And it's not like it is a lifeline. It's not, okay, you can come here for 30 days and then we have to serve someone else. 25 years, that's amazing work.
Yeah.
You are the angel, Richard.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
And now, Richard, if you will do us the honors to take us to see your vision, the construction site that's just walking distance from here, we would love to.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You're going to have to wear a hard hat.
Oh, good. So Richard, Ayoub, and I got our hard hats and safety vests and headed across the street. But on our way there, we bumped into artist Robert Vargas on his first day creating a mural for Project Angel Food's future new facility. You are the icon, Robert Vargas. I mean, we were on our way to look at the construction site, and then here you are.
Yes.
So tell me, what are you doing?
I am here collaborating with Project Angel Food on a really special mural that is going to not only, I think, tell a bit of the story of what Project Angel Food does for the community, but also this mural is going to be a landmark for the community to be able to kind of immerse themselves with.
Well, I know this has to be revealed. Yes. Can you share any vision with us, though, about, you said this is going to represent Project Angel Food and what it stands for.
Yeah, I think the pillars are really about nourishment for health, nourishment for the spirit, and you're going to have to come out to Vine and see it in production.
Wonderful.
I do want to say one thing.
Yes.
When we were talking to Robert, we were talking about a smaller mural, and he said, I'm not interested unless it's the entire wall.
Oh, wow. So it'll be this wall.
Yes.
This wall, and there will be a QR code connected to it that brings it right.
Serious?
Oh, wow, yes. There's so much to say that to tell this story that I feel like it needs to be a bigger canvas.
Oh, that is wonderful. And this, again, I call it an icon. You are. I mean, you just got back from Europe,
yes.
Right? You did 6 different murals in 5 different countries.
Yes.
And you've got a major project in downtown LA.
Yes.
So this is huge. How'd you meet Richard?
How did we meet, Richard?
We were doing our Lead with Love telethon, and Edward J. Olmos was one of our guests there, and he said, I want you to meet this amazing artist.
Wow.
We met him there. We had to figure out what we were doing with the mural that was here, and then we said, let's think differently. And then Robert even made us think bigger and differently.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic. So things like that, fluid, they were supposed to happen, right? Because they happened organically. and naturally. Well, this is really beautiful that you're going to bless this building like that.
Yes. I'm excited to get started.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm glad you're here.
Oh,
Get
I'm
to
glad
see-
I'm here too.
Get to see the first strokes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So where are you going to start?
So we are going to go up, and I will start to literally paint it right in. So there's no sketch, as you can see. There's no preliminary drawing or grid or any kind of projection. I always paint directly onto the surface.
Okay.
And I have a reference that sometimes is on my phone, but for the most part, it's very intuitive.
That's amazing. All right. So are we going to be able to see some of this? Or?
Are we going up?
Yes,
Shall we
we're
hold
going
on?
up.
Okay. This is going to move.
It's gonna move. Hold on to the
Okay.
railing here. Oh, okay.
I had no idea that this was going to happen today.
I wasn't sure this was going to happen today either.
You guys okay? Did you know you were going to be doing this?
Are you excited?
They said, hold on tight. When Richard said, hold on,
Okay,
I'm
going
like,
up.
okay, well, I'm already up here. But now that's why we're
Here
holding
we
on.
go, yeah.
You know what? This is
Wow.
pretty. He's doing something. Robert, what are you
scary.
doing with your phone?
I'm just kind of looking at the image that I had put
So
together.
he took a picture of the building from afar and is thinking about where he's placing what.
Okay. Fabulous.
And so he doesn't use projection, doesn't use like color through the lines or anything. He just,
Just-
starts.
Let's see. Richard, can you pass me that color brown right behind you?
Okay.
There you go. Thanks, assistant.
Oh, absolutely.
And
What else do you need? What did you do today? Well, I was assisting Robert Harvey.
that's right.
Well, I love how he just goes, paints as he thinks, and just does it on the fly.
Exactly.
Robert,
and
that's
how
talent.
he can visualize it from a distance.
That's what I mean.
Good. Look at that.
That's pretty.
Of course. Look at that. Are you blessing it or measuring it?
It's sacred. He's not answering. Wow. Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Wow.
That's so awesome.
It's someone with brown eyes.
Yes, it's an image already. That's amazing. That's just,
And look at the lips. Wow.
that's,
Oh my God. And the drippage right
this is genius at work.
there. Yeah. Oh wow. Wow.
Brava! Oh my God!
I love
This is
that.
just amazing, Robert.
Wow.
Really, to see you at work, this is beyond. Seriously,
These
that's
are-
just. But I watched you. I watched you just look at an image and then you're almost painting your landscape before you did it. I mean, I guess that's what you were doing with your brush, to where your strokes should go.
For me, it's just kind of developing and building a relationship with the space.
Yes, you
So
were.
that way, as I'm making the marks, they become proportional to the space.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the finished
So
product.
this
But
is the
I'm just,
initiation of it.
I'm still in awe of what you just did. I'm serious. Right?
Me too.
I mean, just your placement, to have that, and looking at this right now, I'm almost speechless. You're just brilliant, really brilliant, Robert. And thank you for
I'm
letting
gonna sign it, and I think we'll call
letting
it a
us-
day.
thank you for letting us be a part of this. Seriously, seriously, I
No, of
appreciate
course,
that.
It's an honor to have you here and
Oh,
share
my
this
honor.
space and my process with you. And again, thank you for everything.
And I hope we didn't invade your space.
Not at all. No, I'm so
Right?
glad we had
It's
the
like-
room.
that's what we're trying
I
to be
typically
quiet.
don't have this much room, so
Really?
it's always a lot of solitude when I'm up here and I'm working.
Yeah.
because It's not.
Oh, I bet.
space,
Yeah.
So it's nice.
We
to be
didn't
able to share
know.
that.
Like Richard said, is he meditating or is he? I'm like, well, he doesn't have sage, so he's not doing that. Is he blessing?
No.
But I understand the importance of being in the moment,
yes.
being in your moment,
Yes.
like you say, appreciating the space. So
Absolutely.
Wow.
And now she's there. So everything, these initial marks already dictate
Where you go
everything
from
is
there.
going to be placed in this wall.
okay,
Right.
all right.
In that and that minute and a half that I did that.
Yeah.
So that was the grounding of it, and now it just builds from there. But she's already there.
Well, this is
She's there.
beautiful. Just beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad you get to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, exciting.
And from the artistic vision underway to the incredible construction just on the other side of the wall.
Look at this tile, by the way.
Oh, beautiful.
It's slip resistant. So,
You had that on purpose. You
yeah,
had it made
yeah.
on purpose.
Because, the kitchen water falls in the kitchen.
Right, and maybe oils or whatever.
Yeah.
This is.
So this is where we have multiples of these. This is just one of them.
Just one refrigerator?
Yeah, we have freezers, and then we have the second floor is filled with them. So you won't see it here, but right behind here is where Jamie Lee Curtis signed it and dedicated it to two of her friends who died of AIDS. So there's her heart. I can send you a picture. Her heart and her signature.
Oh, that's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Seriously. But Richard, you're going to need so many more people, and I'm sure you're going to get them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
As
need
large, 3 times this size.
more volunteers
That's what I mean, yeah.
to help with it. Over here is this is a freight elevator. So the food is going to go up and down the different floors. This is the bathroom.
I was going to say, you did not think of anything. You thought of everything.
So this is all gender bathrooms where you share the sinks and they have individual stalls. It says vacant or non-vacant. And we picked this subway tile. And
that's
look at
nice.
that blue tile on the floor.
For Project Angel.
Yeah.
The color of blue. The color of faith. This is really nice, Richard.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice.
Eddie, you've got quite the job, sir. You do. When do you think you're going to be finished? By December, right?
Yeah,
by
December,
Christmas.
December, hopefully the first week of December.
Wow.
So then we'll do testing and figure things out. And then we cook meals by Christmas.
So yeah, of course, you have to test the equipment, and
Yeah, and make
the
sure.
lines,
And
the gas,
train
the
people
heat.
on it.
Oh, yes.
These are hoods and fire-resistant hoses. We have to. Nothing in here is the same except the exterior walls and the floors. Everything else is new.
I can tell. I've been to the other facility. This is amazing. It really is. This is so much bigger.
Oh, it feels bigger. It's
And
the same
more,
size.
yes.
It's just
That's
better utilized. So
for sure.
we had the blueprint and we say, okay, we now can build the kitchen we've always wanted. And this is the kitchen we've always
Well,
wanted
maybe
and deserved.
looking at it before it's done, it just looks even more spread out,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't seem as tight.
So the previous kitchen was made for 800,000 meals a year. We reached 1.5 million. So you and I were working side by side. You know, it was very, very hard to do.
Wow, but
Because
now...
we kept adding more equipment
Yeah,
and squishing.
yes,
Yeah.
but now
Now,
everything has its place.
yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's going to make such a big difference.
These are double pane glass windows to keep the noise out either way. Up here, we reinforce the ceiling with 2 panels of wood because upstairs, refrigeration and freezing, it weighs
You don't
more.
want... Yes.
So we had to do that.
How'd you think of all this?
I did it.
News guy. You really seem to know.
Eddie, the architect. We have so many people working on this team. So Taslimi Construction is doing this job, but seems like everyone has a really deep interest in the mission. Is that true?
Yes, yes. The owners are very particular in investing on this project. Not only they're very connected to Project Angel Foods, but they're very interested on having the right people, the right teams. Not including myself, but all the subs that are required to build this space. They're very self-contained, very organized, very clean. Their logistics are perfect, and they're handpicked, for this project. Just making sure that everybody's thought is in cleanliness, all the organization, and basically everybody's excited of what they're doing.
Do they know how much they're helping people?
Everybody knows
people?
it. Everybody knows it. I mean, the tour that we're doing today, I do that every single day with every sub. And
right.
everybody, so I could get them excited, and they're fully minded of what they're doing and what they're accomplishing with this project.
That's great.
And that's an everyday thing for them.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
If they come in with that attitude, you're right,
Oh,
Richard.
yeah.
They know what they're doing and why they're doing it. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
So this is where the original cook line was. So that's one. We added 2 more. This is the original. We've recycled the hoods and brought them up to modern code and fixed them up a little bit.
Okay.
And then this is the most important area, the dishwashing area.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember at the other building,
So there's,
the dishwashers. I could do that.
oh yeah. So
Does volunteers do this too?
they have air conditioning. It was always too steamy and hot there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I did a tour with one of our volunteers who's a donor, and while we were here, he said, "Is there a sound system? Because we like music when we're volunteering." We said, "Oh, we haven't thought of it." We now have a 49 speaker sound system in both floors, so people are going to be dancing.
I see. I knew you were going to say that. That means we're going to hear some disco. We're going to hear some
Exactly.
salsa. That's
So this is
terrific.
where our executive chef will be.
Oh,
Yeah, and then here,
like an office?
yeah, and he'll look and keep an eye on everyone. And then over here are some more refrigeration and dry storage.
Very nice, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pat, you're invited to our grand opening, December 16th.
Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'll be there with bells on.
Yeah.
That's going to be a remarkable day.
Oh, it's
The community, I'm sure, is going to appreciate it, and all the other people that you serve and those that you will serve. Yeah, that's beautiful.
well, I consider it a Christmas gift to Los Angeles.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
And Los Angeles needs some gifts.
Exactly.
Right?
We've been through a lot.
Yes, we certainly have. And it's just interesting you talk about the fires, everything, the crises that, just the fact that there's so much food insecurity still here in Los Angeles. This is going to just really uplift and help so many more. You've already done that, but this is
Yeah, and
crucial time.
what's the different layer is it's not just people who can afford their next meal. It's people who are sick also,
Who
and many of
cannot.
them are poor. And so this, and seniors, and they live alone.
Right.
This just does so much. It really touches to the heart and the core.
Is that a lifeline?
People, lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they survive. Good on you.
Thank you. I love you.
The angel. Richard, thank you so much for giving of your time today. I mean, we witnessed so
you.
many things besides the mural, which was amazing.
And scary.
I know, but see, I was going to say, I always knew you were going to soar to new heights. I just didn't know I would be along for the ride as well.
I love that.
So that was wonderful. And we want to thank you for watching the conversation with Pat Harvey. Just go to our YouTube page and look for us there.